y'all, welcome back to my channel. I promised this video to a few of my followers on Instagram, so I'm gonna bring it to YouTube and I'm gonna discuss my LASIK procedure. Why did I get my LASIK procedure? What are the risks involved? Some misconceptions, and probably like my overall update and possible like side effects that you can get. Okay, so if you see me looking down a lot, I wrote my notes down on a piece of paper, so I might glance at it because I want to make sure I touch all the points. So what is LASIK? LASIK stands for laser assisted in situ keratomileusis. So the procedure reshapes the cornea by allowing light to focus directly on the retina, and the retina is full of rods and cones, and the light will be able to penetrate those cells so that you get more light coming into the eye and you can see better. So let's go into how this procedure is done. So it is done with a laser, duh. So basically a tool on the part of the laser machine creates a flap on the superficial layer of the cornea, so no blood vessels are involved in the cornea, so there's no bleeding, and the flap is pulled back. The flap is still connected to your eye, so it's a hinged flap. It's pulled back, and then the laser goes in and it reshapes your eye according to whatever numbers or whatever the doctor put into the machine, and that's basically it. So I'm just playing. There's a lot more. So the first thing you do is call a LASIK center, whatever you choose to go get your LASIK done. And the first thing that's gonna happen is you're gonna have a consultation where the eye doctor examines your eye, examines the health of your eye, and they're going to check your cornea for the shape and the thickness. Thicker corneas are important because that allows a flap to be made more easily so that the laser can penetrate, get underneath that layer, and reshape your eye. So, and at that consultation, you will know whether you are a good candidate or not for the procedure. I'm gonna refer to my notes. So risky people, I should say, are people that have diabetes, cataracts, or autoimmune disorders, and that's because your eyes are drier when you have those conditions, and that'll also lead us to talk about dryness and those other side effects that happen with LASIK. So after my consultation, which was like 2 hours basically of them taking pictures and making sure that my eyes were okay, so I turned out to be a good candidate for the surgery. Well, I shouldn't call it surgery. It doesn't feel like a surgery. I'm gonna call it a procedure. I'm not trying to scare you guys. So after that consultation, my eyes were still very much dilated, so it was blurry. So driving was a little tricky, but not unbearable. So I was still able to get to where I needed to go. And then I had to set up like my actual appointment. And I know you guys are gonna be like, well, why didn't you do contact lenses and whatnot? I did not want to deal with contact lenses. I don't know, like some other people can pop contact lenses in their eye, no problem. I'm not one of those people. I can't do that every day. And I freak out when the eyelash falls in my eye. So that was a no-no for me. Like, I just was like, after college, I'm going to make a big change because I've been wearing glasses since the 2nd grade. So I wanted a different outlook and not be obligated to my glasses. For the procedure, if you are a contact lens wearer, they tell you like up to 2 weeks don't wear contact lenses, because contact lenses actually change the shape of the cornea, and you can see a big difference when you stop wearing contacts. I didn't deal with that, but that is some of the requirements that the doctor said. Also, you cannot wear makeup, nothing around your eyes, because it's just going to interfere, and you want to make sure that your eyes are as clean as possible so no bacteria or anything gets into them. The day of my procedure, I went in and the doctor talks to you again and makes sure that this is what you really want to do. And at that time, you can ask any questions that you want to ask before the procedure. The doctor can clarify anything that you need. And thankfully, the Lasik Vision Institute answered everything and made me feel totally comfortable. They are not sponsoring this video. I'm not getting paid to talk about them, but they really did make me feel comfortable enough to go through this. Make sure whoever you choose has good reviews, and look at testimonials, do your research. The day of my procedure, I showed up to their little waiting room and I was sitting there and the doctor calls your name and you're just like, okay, it's my turn. There was like a lot of women in that waiting room. Not a lot of men were getting this procedure done. I don't know why, but it was just a whole bunch of women. So they take you to the back where it's the procedure room, and they cover your hair with a hairnet and have like protective gauze or whatever for your ears. I don't know why. Maybe, I think it was because they put eye drops in your eye, and I guess that's supposed to catch the excess drops. So I went into the room and they gave me a stuffed animal to hold on to. And I think like some other YouTube videos that I watched, they had like stress balls, but I had like a nice fluffy bunny to hold on to. So you were laying down and then the doctor puts numbing drops into your eye first. Each eye gets 2 drops. Then he tells you that it's going to go black, which I researched later was an ink is placed into your eye. So it goes black. It was kind of a little bit scary, but my vision came back right away. And then I remember hearing the sound, and it was like, I don't know, it was like a little like buzzing sound. And the doctor was like, keep your eye open and look directly into a light. So I looked directly into the light, and then he placed these circular, I guess, plastic disc in your eye because you are awake, and also your eye is not supposed to be moving during the procedure. So they have to stay open, wide open, and you cannot squeeze your eye or none of that. So that's why you have a stuffed animal or a stress ball to hold on to. So it's not painful, it's just uncomfortable because you're awake, it's happening, you can hear the sound of the laser going, and it's like it feels like it's going into your eye, but it's not. It's just really close, and it was really quick. It was like 5 minutes per each eye. First eye created the flap, then the laser went and then did the same thing to the other eye, added more drops, and then I can see the doctor just closing the flap over my eye. Ooh, it was freaky, but it was quick and painless. So I appreciated that so much. The doctors and the nurses in there were so nice. They had a good sense of humor, so they kept me laughing and giggling throughout the procedure, and it was just very relaxing. So after that, I had 2 rounds of Lasik. Well, not Lasik, but it was Lasik and an add-on that I wanted called Contura. So that is a second laser that I had in both eyes because I wanted better than 20/20 vision. So my vision right now is 2015. Like, oh my God, it is amazing. So anyway, back to the procedure. So he puts the flaps back, and then he takes out the plastic. I don't even know what they're called. Maybe it's a speculum, I don't know, but he took them out, and then they give you these big ugly glasses. I'm gonna put them on. They give you and then you sit out in a room and someone checks on you and gives you more numbing drops because just in case you have slight discomfort or pain. Then they give you another little bag with instructions. So after the procedure, you are not supposed to look at direct light. So I had these on for 1 or 2 days straight. Like, I didn't really take them off because my eyes were very sensitive to light. And also they tell you, like, right after your procedure, like, it's best to go home and go to sleep. And you are not supposed to drive. You can't, actually not supposed to, you are not allowed to drive after a LASIK procedure because, like, your vision's too blurry. It's not stable yet. But I could see, like, I could see license plate numbers clearly without my glasses when my sister was driving me home. And I just broke down and started crying because I could not see that at all, you know, without my glasses before. So that was amazing to me. It was just like overwhelming that I could see that good. And it was also overwhelming because everything was so clear so fast that it was like, oh my God, are these really my eyes? Yeah. So what happens after your LASIK procedure? After your LASIK procedure, like I said, you go home, you go to sleep because your eyes are gonna feel some discomfort and you are going to wanna go to sleep. I'm telling you, you're not gonna wanna do anything else but sleep. Your eyes are gonna feel heavy and also they're gonna be watery. Well, that was my case. My eyes were like extremely watery. I don't know if anyone experienced that, but mine were. They give you 2 different drops. One is an antibiotic and another one is like a refreshing eye drop. I think it also has some numbing properties, and you also have these single-use eye drops that you use for potential eye dryness. So after sleeping for like a whole entire day away, I woke up and you are right back at the LASIK center, wherever you go, because they have to check the very next day that your flap is healing. The flap starts to heal quickly, but that doesn't mean it's healed. So other things you have to do is make sure that you're not rubbing your eye. You have to wear these eye shields, which I'll insert a picture. They look super goofy, but they're very effective because you don't want during your sleep to be bumping your eye, rubbing it, or whatever, and you just don't want anything to get into your eye. No particles. You are not allowed to wear makeup around your eye for at least up to 2 weeks. I chose to not wear makeup for 2 months. That was just my personal preference. I had to make sure that my eyes were completely good, and I waited until my 30-day appointment to start wearing makeup again. Like, I needed that second okay. So those eye drops, those 2 eye drops, the antimicrobial and the refresher one, you put it in your eye 4 times a day. And I did that 4 times a day for, I believe, 3 weeks. And in between that, I used the other single-use drops like throughout the day. So when I felt dryness, I used it. And the first 2 weeks, my eyes were burning with those drops. I don't know if those drops didn't go with me, but it was burning me. So it was just like, the eye drop, and I'm like, oh my God. And it was like, I don't know. But after those 2 weeks, it started getting better. And I was told that I should like replenish my eye like more often with those single-use eye drops. So that's what I did. I also insert that brand that I use in the description box. So I'm sleeping with those eye shields. I'm wearing these, and for a month I wore sunglasses everywhere. I just wanted to be extremely careful with my eyes, and I wanted to make sure that everything was healing properly, so I was very careful. Also, if you're an eye rubber, you know, like one of these buddies, no, like, you can't rub your eye. So if that's not for you, don't do it. But if you really want it, like, you won't rub your eye, and plus it's not good to rub your eye like that anyway. So those were some adjustments I had to make. I also had to throw out my eyeshadow and get new eyeshadow because there's potential ways for you to inoculate bacteria from your eyeshadow into your freshly healing eyes. So I didn't want that. So when I started wearing makeup again, I brought all new stuff, eyeliner, everything, the whole shebang, even new eyebrow gel, even though I don't put that anywhere near my eyes. But I just want to be extremely cautious. At my 30-day appointment, I asked the doctor about the different side effects I was experiencing. Not everybody experiences these side effects, so let me say that right now. But nighttime was crazy for driving because like I saw halos around street lights, and also the car headlights were like this huge, like it was big and it looked super blurry and it was glaring. So that is common for a lot of folks. I said folks. That's common for a lot of people that go through this procedure, and it doesn't last that long, but it did make driving slightly uncomfortable, and I did consider getting like light, I guess like glasses with like light colored lenses for nighttime driving, but that passed after 2 months. So that's basically my 3rd month of healing, and each month goes by, like I feel like my vision is getting sharper and sharper. Like it's amazing. Those single-use eye drops, I used them continuously for 3 to 4 months because I had excessive dryness in my eyes. So I used them like every hour for 3 months, and that was okay. So like I would just keep them handy, put some in my purse, leave some in my car, put some at my desk at work, and I was just like, whoo, you know, like I had to make sure that my eyes weren't dry because then it got a little uncomfortable. And then I made sure that I wasn't looking at a screen for too long. So they say if you look at something like this close to your face for 5 minutes, like you should look at something else like 20 feet away from you, just so that your eyes are like not too focused on what's in front of you, and you don't want to strain your eyes. So definitely want to do that. So I know everybody's wondering how much it is. So I went to the Lasik Vision Institute, and they had like 2 ways of paying. Well, 3. So either you pay straight out, or like you get on a payment plan. So I chose to get on the payment plan because my procedure, my LASIK, along with the Contura LASIK laser, came up to close to like $5,000. So my payment plan is like $130 per month, which to me is a good investment. Like this procedure is an elective procedure, so it's not something that I needed, it's something that I wanted. And I felt that from spending money on eyewear, eyeglasses since the 2nd grade, I thought that I probably surpassed $5,000, because like right now I'm 26, so it's definitely a good investment for the long run. So I do recommend that if you are considering this, go for it. You won't regret it. Like I am so happy. So I know you guys are wondering, can I go blind because of LASIK? And the answer is you cannot go blind because of LASIK, because it only affects the cornea. They are only creating a flap of the superficial layer of the cornea, and it does not touch your optic nerve. And your optic nerve is the main nerve that sends the signals to your brain so that, you know, your brain can produce an image and shoot it back to your eye. You can learn about this, Google it. You won't go blind, I promise. Here I am, I'm living proof. So this is my 7-month update. Doing pretty well. My eyes are doing amazing, and I'm loving it. Like I've seen things that I could not see before when like I didn't have my glasses on, and I would be one of those people that as soon as I wake up I grab at my glasses and put them on, and if I don't feel them I get a mini heart attack. So I'm glad I don't have to go through that again. It was like PTSD, seriously. So yeah, if you guys want to know anything else about my LASIK or any other questions you may have or any other video ideas that you have for me, please let me know. Comment, like, subscribe, help a sister out or something. See you.